Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I am the best reporting on the Eagles. Listen, man, Luke Mogul's not playing. You know what I'm saying? Less than 48 hours ago or something like that, I was telling y'all that whoever deposit the most money, play the most games, they're gonna walk away with $2 grand. Luke Mogul upped it up to 2,700. 2,700. The event we threw Tuesday at 5 p.m. was a success. They decided to up the ante. 2,700 to one lucky person. We got 2 more events coming up this week at 5 p.m. We got an event Friday at 5 p.m. and we got the big event Sunday 5 p.m. right before the Super Bowl. You want to make sure you playing my game. I'm gonna be on live. I'm gonna go live like 4:50 to show everybody how to log on and all of that. Everybody could play. That's the one you want to play, man. They listen, man. They throwing money out, man. If you know your football trivia, come out there and play and get some of this money, man. Shout out to Luke Mogul, man, for helping put money in my people's pockets, and y'all my people, man. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Luke Mogul. Listen, man, we're going to talk about it real quick, man. Let's talk about a guy who is Black history. Let's talk about George Taliaferro. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. I just learned about this guy. I was curious. I wanted to Google who was the first African-American to be drafted into the NFL. George Taliaferro, 3-time All-American, Indiana University. He was a guy that played a bunch of positions. He played halfback. He kicked. He did everything. This was back in the days. He was drafted in 1949. This was back in them days where dudes could play multiple positions on the football field. They could be moved around. Now, you know, they kind of don't do things like that. You got your position. You stick to your position. It's rare that you move over to another position in the NFL. But this guy played a bunch of positions, man. He was a 3-time All-American, but drafted in the 13th round. It's just mind-boggling to me how a guy who's a 3-time All-American is drafted in the 13th round. But you got to understand the times that these guys were blazing the trail for guys to do what they're doing now. Yes, he faced a lot of racism, a lot of criticism while playing at Indiana. You know what I'm saying? Selected in the 13th round. But shout out to the Bears for having the courage to do it. He also played for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's where he finished his career. He made the Pro Bowl 3 consecutive times. This dude was a true hero. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to George Taliaferro. You are African-American history. Let's move on to these meat and potatoes. Listen, man, we taking calls for Carson Wentz. This is what we do. This is what we do. We're going to take calls for Carson Wentz. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. A lot of people don't like, you know, a lot of people have a problem with people even wasting their time on Adam Schefter and the things that he say. But I'm trying to tell you, man, if there's one thing that's true about this organization, where there's smoke, there's fire. It's been a problem for a very long time with Carson Wentz and players on the team. It's been problems for a very long time, or so they say, with Carson Wentz and coaches. Too many problems surrounding Carson Wentz, and now they're beginning to take calls. This is shocking, because not really shocking, because I think that every GM is going to listen, is going to take calls. Every GM is going to listen and take calls. They're intrigued to see what you can throw out there. They're intrigued to see what you can throw out there. Now, if you're talking about a trade for Carson Wentz, the only one that probably benefits us, if you think about it, is the Deshaun Watson and Carson Wentz swap. That's something that both sides will welcome. You know what I'm saying? I think that we should be able to get some picks from the Houston Texans. Listen, I would take Deshaun Watson in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? We should be able to get some picks for Deshaun Watson. You can give us, I like the idea of this one. You can give us 2 second-round picks, and you know, you take on Carson Wentz's contract and the dead money situation. Give us 2 second-round picks, and we'll take on whatever got to happen with Deshaun Watson and his contract situation. Because Deshaun Watson is getting $40 million a year. Is that something we can afford? I don't know. I'm not a capologist. But listen, man, you're taking calls from Carson. I can imagine you getting calls from the 49ers. I can imagine you getting calls from the Colts. Probably the Texans, because the Texans got some type of leverage or something that they can use as a bargaining chip, which is Deshaun Watson. Probably the Jets, probably Washington, probably the Saints. I don't know. But they taking calls, and apparently we picking up the phone and we listening. These are facts. This isn't a rumor. This is part of the process. I'm starting to really, I'm 99% sure that Carson Wentz won't be a Philadelphia Eagle by kickoff. I'm 99% sure. I think they're going to move Carson Wentz. If they didn't want to move Carson Wentz, you know what I'm saying? They would have they would have moved. They would have moved somebody else. I don't know. But it just doesn't seem like they're going to keep Carson Wentz. Maybe they would have moved Hurts. Who knows? This is becoming a mess that is not Eagles football. This is a mess we shouldn't even be in at this point. I'm quite frankly getting tired of talking about what's going to happen to Carson Wentz, what's not going to happen to Carson Wentz. This team is going to drag this saga out, I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong, but they need to make a decision. I'm telling you, it's critical. It's critical. It's critical in making sure that you make it known who you're going to be behind 100%. Carson Wentz, in my opinion, is probably going to hold out. If you don't trade him by training camp and you think he's going to entertain a quarterback competition with going through multiple surgeries, with going through being a front runner for MVP, why would he entertain a quarterback competition at this point in his career? He's already been signed to a max deal. Move him somewhere to where people want to play him and make him the guy and make Jalen Hurts the guy. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. But these guys taking calls on Carson Wentz is just the first step. It's just the first step. They're going to listen to hear what the whole entire NFL has to say before they make a move. They're going to listen and hear what the entire NFL has to say before they make a move. They don't want to make the move too fast and make it too premature. They got to listen to all these guys. I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings in there. I don't see them re-extending Kirk Cousins. I wouldn't be surprised if they in there. Kirk Cousins got like one year left or something like that, fully guaranteed. I mean, it is what it is, man, but a decision got to be made. A decision has to be made. And speaking of decisions having to be made, the 6th pick is something that I feel is more important than this quarterback situation. I'll tell you why. The 6th overall pick, in my opinion, is very important because we already have a quarterback. We don't need a quarterback. So if you spend that first round pick on a quarterback, then Howie Roseman being there is a mistake. But there's several players to where I can make the case for the pick being made. As I said in previous videos, I can make the case for Kyle Pitts. I really can. A lot of people saying, oh, a tight end at number 6. Oh, but you got to understand everything that's going into this pick. First of all, you start with your head coach. Now, I can make the case for Kyle Pitts right now. You start off with your head coach. Sirianni loves a dual tight end package. We talked about this. You start off with the state of the team. Zach Ertz might be gone, so you'll need a tight end. Then you look at the tight end that's available. The dude is going up the draft board every day. Then you look at some of the other intangibles. He's from Philly, so you'll be bringing home a Philly native. He's 6'6", 240. Red zone target mismatch nightmare. In my opinion, in my humblest opinion, if the 2 wide receivers are off the board, you go Kyle Pitts. If you wanted a wide receiver and they gone, you take that tight end. You take that tight end, bruh. Because ain't no linebackers going to be able to cover that dude once you know the tricks of the trade of the NFL. They not. Kelsey ain't that big, nor is Kelsey that fast. Once he learns the tricks of the trade, he could be unstoppable force in the National Football League. Probably an Eagles fan wouldn't doubt it from Philly. I mean, I like it more and more. 12 touchdowns last year. You can make the case for this guy, man. Everything don't have to circulate around Devontae Smith or Jamar Chase. We keep making that mistake year in and year out. Year in and year out, we make this mistake. I'd rather be in a position, honestly, to where you at 15. The 6th pick is too much for Howie Roseman brain capacity. I'm telling you, man, Howie Roseman has a knack for thinking he's smarter than everybody else in the world, and he thinks he's going to outsmart everybody. Listen, it's hard to take the best player available at 6, but you better take one of them. You better take one of them. If Jamar Chase and Devontae Smith still there at 6, you have no choice but to take them. You have no choice but to take them. Just take them. But I don't think they're going to do it because, like I said, you got to let these wide receivers develop. And the fact that we're retaining Aaron Moorhead gives me comfort that, you know, the wide receivers will be better next year, which is all the more reason why I'm leaning towards the Kyle Pitts or Patrick Surtain. You could trade back and make some of these moves, but not with Pitts. I think it's too much for Howie Roseman to grasp. I think Howie Roseman needs to make this a team effort. They need to collaborate around this pick because the 6th pick, in my opinion, is more of a desperation and more of a hindrance than our quarterback situation because at the end of the day, You got a quarterback. You either got Hurts or you got Wentz. I'm comfortable with rolling with either one. Period. Comfortable with rolling with either one. That's how I feel. I love our quarterback situation right now. It's a really good problem to have, especially now that one of them is disgruntled and it seemingly wants to be out. So I'm not mad about that. But at the end of the day, a decision got to be made, and I'd rather the decision be made rather sooner than later, so then you can look at who to draft. It's crazy how the quarterback situation kind of ties into the 6th pick, because based upon the quarterback, if you say you decide to go with Carson Wentz, and you decide to move on from Jalen Hurts or move him somewhere else for some picks, you got to get a different wide receiver. You do. Or Alshon got to be gone and you got to give Fulgham some time, because Fulgham and Wentz were beautiful together. If you go with Jalen Hurts, you got to take Kyle Pitts. Think about it. Our quarterback coach knows and loves Jalen Hurts. And our quarterback coach was the offensive coordinator for Florida who helped Kyle Pitts move up into the draft rankings the way he's doing it. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, because it's getting spooky.